Hello, lovelies. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back, after many delays. Good lord. just an absolute God, yesterday was a thing. I don't know if I don't actually think I put anything on my Discord about it, but if you follow my Twitter page, you'll see that I woke up at like 3 p.m. Is it super scuffed right now? I'm literally gonna fucking level with you. It's very likely that sounds scuffed, and this is strictly because, uh, like, okay, this is the part where I pull the curtains back, and this is a little diversion. My mic doesn't have a pop filter because Bastila destroyed it when I first like moved in. Um, and the software that I use to like do the reactive here doesn't have any inherent noise suppression. And so when I was testing it, it was basically always thinking that I was talking just from like the noise of the ceiling fan. So I've taken like paper and I've taped it over the microphone to try and like try and like stop the wind from getting into it. It's very jank and I wish there was a better solution, but this was a very last minute thing. Um so it sounds weird. It sounds a little tinny. So long as like I'm audible, that's really all that I care about. So that's kind of that situation. Yesterday I didn't stream because I woke up at like 3 p.m. and I was like, well, my choices are either I go on stream and I go like 2 and 8 again because I'll have no time to like fucking study, um, or I do the moving and like packing prep and cleaning and all this stuff that I was also going to do in the morning. I had like groceries to pick up, I had a house to clean, I had like a closet to clean out, and so I did that instead. And then I woke up today, and now we're here. And then again, stream gets delayed because as I'm doing like my last minute checks, I'm making sure everything's up and running. I'm checking all my systems.
Thanks.
Uh, thanks for the thanks for the bits. Yeah, and just as I'm here, I hear behind it to my right, Bastila is just like um Basila is like chittering over there, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, cat?" And I turn around, and there's a moth like up in the top corner of my room. I'm pointing, although nobody can see right now, and she's just on top of her tower, staring up at it. And it's a big ass moth. Like this moth is a good couple inches across. I have no fucking clue how it got into my room, but I was like, um, I need to figure out how to fix that because if I don't, this cat's gonna lose her mind and like the moth's gonna like fly over the desk or something, and she's gonna jump down onto the desk and knock everything off. So I had to go catch the moth, and now we're back. Regrettably, I hate to inform you, but they did not fix my rank. They did not fix my rank, so I'm still a master for some fucking reason. But don't let that distract you. I put in the title here, Platinum 3, because that's actually about where my skill level is at right now. I would not at all feel comfortable saying that I am a master. Like, not even close. I did study a little bit this morning. I did watch a couple of videos, like, kind of more in depth watch the competitive scene than I have been the last, like, couple of months. And one important thing that I learned is my macro game is garbage. It's really bad, and I need to fix that. So, I think that's the goal today, is to focus on our macro play. And yeah, we'll just go right into it. I think the macro play is the really important part. Sorry, I had to check my system again. I forgot that that was going to show up. We're playing against a Zerg, so that's a good start to the day.
quantity insufficient. More minerals required. Mineral quantity insufficient.
So I think, yeah, the plan is to just kind of focus on our macro play a little bit, in a way that we weren't really focusing on yesterday. And probably just continue building roaches, I think is the other plan. I kind of, towards the end of it, was turned off of roaches a little bit, but I think they're just kind of a good center point to kind of balance myself around. Uh, because they kind of fill that mid-game role and then move into Hydras if it becomes necessary. But for the most part,
Enough
it's
minerals.
gonna be like
Quantity
Ling Roach
insufficient.
play, I think.
Not enough minerals. More minerals required.
We'll just keep making here. We'll just keep making there. Oh man, it's hard to believe it's like already Thursday. I feel like uh partially because yesterday literally did just blow by me so fast that I'm just like, what do you mean it's already Thursday, you know? Like, and we should be, I don't know what the plan is. I keep telling myself that I'm probably going to like stream on Saturday, but I don't actually know what I would stream. So that's that's entirely up for debate, you know? Like, so we'll make our six Zerglings. We see that he's taken an expansion after me. Javelin Gaming is an excellent suggestion, actually. So taking pool first, there's a couple of things we can derive from that. Either it's a very defensive play, start my speed, um, or they're doing something aggressive. It's kind of difficult to tell. I think I'm just going to be
New
macroing out queens here for a little bit.
queen birth successful. More minerals required. More overlords
And I'm going to
needed.
remember to make OVs because I'm not remembering to do that. I think I killed their overlord there. We're going to take a couple of lings. We're going to scout them over here. We're going to take a couple lings. We're going to scout them over here.
Insufficient overlords newly birthed. Swarm forces under attack. Not enough.
So we see that. We're going to continue to macro out queens. Okay, so he's got a bunch of speedlings. He's got a bunch of speedlings. Okay. Um,
Under attack. Swarm has evolved.
can I fucking select all my drones here? Jesus H. Christ, please, video game.
Command unacceptable. Swarm forces under attack. Must spawn more overlords. More minerals required.
So he's getting Banes, which is a bit of a thing, but also it's really not a big thing because if he's getting that, then he's not taking his third. I kind of anticipate another bust play here. So we're gonna get.
Vespene gas required.
We're gonna try and remember to actually build gas-producing units. Here comes the attack. We're gonna put our wings over here.
Swarm forces under attack. More over newly birthed swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Need more Vespene gas. Mineral field exhausted.
So the fact that he's not taking a third kind of implies something a little bit more all-in-y. We're going to actually do something a little cheeky here with these extra links that we've got. And do that, and then we're going to take speed, and
Gas.
then make a plume of wings.
Swarm forces under attack.
Okay, we're gonna take the fight to him real quick, because he's got all these fucking wings out here.
Insufficient overlords.
He's still not taking his third, which is, again, good news for me. Hi, welcome back to the stream.
Complete mineral cluster.
We're gonna attack at kind of a weird angle here.
Swarm forces under attack.
And then we're gonna attack that base. We're gonna attack that base right there. And then behind this, we're gonna take a base, make another one of these guys. And yeah, we got 1-1 finished here.
Mineral field exhausted. Queen birth successful.
And I think this is a win here. I think this is a win from this position. We could transfer like half of our drones over here. Okay. Can't all in. I don't know if this is him saying that he can't all in, or if my thing was an all in, because I mean, I feel like he played pretty well. I don't have any. I would say, yeah, I know you're not watching, but like, I don't think that was too bad of a game at all. It just was like a situation of, I did a pretty decent job holding this. So things went pretty well for me. Bad macro game. That was not a very, very good, uh, Hello? I don't know what achieve that was. Look, I can't even... Yeah, see, this is why... I don't... 2700 MMR, I don't get the system. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, I think that was pretty fine. I'm shaking, God. And I don't know if it's because it could either be nerves or it could be the fact that I had like 5 cups of coffee this morning. And by this morning, I mean like 5 hours ago. I did wake up kind of late again. I woke up a bit late. Here's over here being being a doctor, knowing that it's the coffee for sure. You don't know it's the coffee. It could be anything.
Insufficient. More minerals required. Not enough minerals.
I specifically told all of my friends, like, because I was up again late last night as well, because I was doing something with another friend of Final Fantasy, and I was like, look, if I'm not up by like 11, I need you to just blow up my phone, and they did. And around 11:30, I woke up, and I was like, all right, I need to just be alone and awake for a little bit, and I went out into the kitchen, woke up, fed the cat, and then fed myself an absolute fucking bounty of a breakfast. I need Mira to refund her points because I, I cannot do the no cursing thing. That's one of these days I'm actually going to succeed that challenge. But today, that day is just not today for sure. It's just 3 points. Um, and I just made myself an absolute bounty of a breakfast, along with 5 cups of coffee. And I literally finished my final bit of coffee maybe an hour before the stream went up. So it has not been that long. I'm gonna send the last overlord over there. I need to add an additional punishment to the no swearing challenge beyond just like, oh, lol, you get your points back, because it has like no stakes right now, you know?
Need more Vespene gas.
So we're going against a Terran who went Rax at his front, so this might be a fast expand play. This is a factory at the front, he's got a marine already. I don't know if he has an expo behind that. It's kind of impossible to tell, but we're gonna keep an eye on him.
Birth successful. More minerals required. Insufficient overload.
I'm gonna miss my overload timing because I'm not paying attention. We're gonna send... We'll make a couple extra OVs because I've missed my timing and now I'm behind.
Must spawn more overlords. Insufficient. Newly birthed queen ready. Queen birth.
I'm actually going to sack this overlord.
Evolution complete.
Because I want to see... So he's got Widow Mines, playing very defensively, playing a very straight-up game. I just wanted to see what he was up to, you know? And I'm not at all concerned. We've got full saturation, which means it's time to take another base. We'll also do this, and we'll throw down a gas, a gas, and a gas. even though I'm going to, again, miss Overlord timing. Since he's playing very defensively, I'm going to go into my third.
Newly birthed queen ready.
And he's going to see that I am playing very straight up as well. And as a result, we're also going to play into our late game strategy again of roaches.
Swarm forces under attack.
And we're going to lose basically nothing of that attack,
And unacceptable.
which is good for me. We're going to make a small plume there of Overlords because we're going to go into macro play because this dude is still playing defensively. I'm even going to put you in my army group just so I can see up things. And just absolutely fart out roaches at this point.
Unacceptable. Must spawn.
It's going to take Hellions, probably to like this position, I imagine.
Sequences spun. Swarm. Command. Unacceptable. Swarm forces under attack.
Oh, he's going Blue Flame. Okay, well, we're going to put pressure on then.
Has evolved. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
Send workers to the wrong place because I'm not thinking about it. Probably need to get pneumatized as well.
Insufficient. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field exhausted. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Evolution must spawn more overlords. Swarm forces under attack. More swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
I think I do want to attack from this position, yeah.
Mineral cluster.
Okay, I
Unacceptable.
have so much floating stuff right now. I didn't mean to send all of you guys, just one of them. Okay, so playing against mech is a bit weird.
Mineral field depleted. Command unacceptable. Command unacceptable. Command unacceptable. Insufficient overlords. Successful.
So I now have that. So we'll go.
Mineral field exhausted. Swarm forces under attack.
I really should have spores up by now. The fact that I don't is pretty cringe.
On creep.
Where's my new queen?
Mineral field depleted.
I need tech. I need tech that I'm just not getting right now. Which I think is just gonna come in the form of.
Attack. Swarm forces. Creep attack. Under attack.
Can I please?
Mineral cluster. Creep tumor. Under attack.
I just lost my entire army to mech for reasons I'm not entirely sure I understand. I should have taken that base way long time ago. Long time ago. Should have taken that base way before my opponent did. And I just didn't. That's just a loss. It took me way too long to take my fourth. I should have kept pressure up a lot sooner. Playing against another Zerg. Ah! I don't like playing Zerg. Hello, fellow gamer. Welcome to the suffering zone.
Mineral quantity insufficient. Not enough. More minerals required.
Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like I should have kept pressure up a lot earlier. I kind of have I kind of have that weird position still where I kind of hit the mid game and I'm playing very defensively. Um, and I should have been probably a bit greedier and try and max out before him. And I just kind of my production just kind of like stopped entirely, and that's kind of where I lost the game. Playing against Zerg though, this is I don't like playing against Zerg because like I don't feel like it's a good learning opportunity. You know, like
Not enough.
other races I get to kind of flex about and I get to do fun stuff. And I get to learn, right? Zerg is just, it's an absolute knife fight, and either I win or lose within the first couple of minutes, and I feel like I don't learn much from victories or defeats, you know?
Mineral quantity insufficient.
I have my playstyle of playing very defensively, and either I win or I lose off the back of that. And there isn't much of a middle ground for me right now. Like this is just it's a very hard position for me to hold because I don't even have my opponent is just like 12 pulling me. Like, and either I'm going to win off the back of this, which frankly I'm gonna cancel my hatchery here, because yeah, he's devoting all into this. So I need to.
Swarm forces under attack. Newly birthed queen ready. Swarm has evolved.
Okay, I'm gonna drone back up.
Must be morphed on creep.
This is the thing I'm talking about, right? I'm not actually. I'm learning basically nothing from this matchup. Can I fucking.
Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
Now he's gone one base roach. And so I can just, I think, keep him off of that.
More overlords required.
And beat him out in a macro game, I think is the plan at this point.
Must be morphed on creep. Evolution.
I want to see what his ramp looks like. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna break that. So if I'm not gonna break this, I'm just gonna continue making queens, make an overload, because I'm about to run dry.
Mineral quantity insufficient. Command unacceptable.
And just keep my opponent off of their second. And macro up a little bit. Because now my opponent is investing heavily into defense because they expect the crackback, which is not coming. The crackback isn't coming, at least not yet, you know?
Queen birth successful.
I think the crackback is coming close to being done, though. I'm going to send my little boys all over the map just to make sure that nothing particularly wild is happening. And then bank larva and bank resources for the roach swell. Because he went from one base, laying all in, like super early pressure into this play, and like at this point I'm going to like throw down a couple of spores, I think. Because I'm very afraid of like spire shenanigans. Oh, he's getting burrowing claws. Okay, so that's even weirder. That means I'm gonna have to get a layer too, actually.
Must spawn more overlords.
Because I need Obies to detect. I'm also going to then put one of these guys at the front. What are these? Are these? Yeah, they're +0. But the fact that he's got burrowing claws means that detection is going to play a very important role in these engagements.
More overlords required. Swarm has evolved. Mineral field depleted.
So I'm just going to play very defensively because I think the play here that he's trying to get is he's going to try and sneak through with burrowing claws. Because what else would you be getting claws for at this point of the game, right?
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Oh, I can tell he's not taking his southern base because we're still got the Overlord there. Hi, if my camera would actually, like... My camera isn't bound to my monitor anymore, so I have to be kind of careful. Yeah, look. There he is.
Mineral cluster expended. Insufficient overlords.
And I think this game is pretty much over.
Swarm forces
Yeah, I don't see a world in which they recover from this. And there's no way that they kill my buildings before I kill theirs. Like, and with their last building being destroyed, they lose. So, took a sip. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, I think I don't think there was a lot that I learned from that. I think that was just like I don't know. I'm a Zerg player, and I know when Zergs do tricky things. Like I had a pretty good line on what it was that they were doing. I don't know why my mouse came unbound. Like that was very. If that game was more stressful than it was, I was not very stressed in that game. By the way, by the time I held that first pool, like I um felt pretty comfortable. But if that game was more stressful, I would have found myself being really annoyed because yeah, when I'm supposed to be in games, if I drag my mouse over to the side here, it's supposed to lock to the screen, and it wasn't. It was letting me kind of go over. Um, and I kind of had to adjust for that because I tend to edge scroll quite a bit in my games, which is maybe not the best of habits, but it is a habit that I have that like would have just really destroyed the shit out of me if I had if I hadn't like if that was a more like stressful engage, you know. All right, versus Protoss, the old rival. Okay, see now it's working.
Not enough minerals. More minerals required. Mineral quantity insufficient.
Go to the other screen. I've got like three things that I just have to remember to do every time I switch over. Um, and I'm not very good at remembering all of them. I have to actually play the game. I have to remember to go to my second overlay, and I have to GLHF my opponent. And it's always I'm always forgetting something. And if I'm not forgetting something, I'm forgetting to check their race. that's that's how the system works.
Not enough minerals. Mineral quantity insufficient.
So that is a normal scout timing. Very fortunate that he just decided not to try and block my hatch, because if he did, I would have been mildly annoyed. Probably not inconvenienced, but definitely mildly annoyed.
Not enough minerals. Mineral command unacceptable. More minerals.
So I don't really mind that this probe is getting kind of a full look. It's a very standard opener. There's nothing sneaky about this. I don't really care that he's saying it. He's not harassing my drones, so I'm not even gonna try and bother like fighting, you know? The ultimate moment of I have nothing to hide, therefore I have like nothing to fear, you know? Smiley face. What is this? A cyber core, so that makes me reasonably comfortable that there's not a
Additional Vespene gas required.
there's not like a cannon on the way.
Not enough minerals. Newly birthed queen ready.
What's poppin', Dawn? So yeah, I'm confident that this Protoss player wants to play a straight up game, which does still leave me mildly intimidated because I don't really know how to play straight up versus Protoss. We're gonna build an extra Overlord because I'm going to sack this one over their base just to get the full scout off. 2 gateways and a cyber core. Adept play, which plays against roaches very nice. It's possible. No, Glaives is from Twilight Council, so it's not very likely that we are going to see like a Glaives play. That is, unless I scout their base and I see that there is in fact a Twilight on the way, in which case I get scared. Because I'm definitely not set up for that right about now.
Newly birthed queen. Ready. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
Kill one adept at least, please. Thank you.
Must be morphed on creep.
So I do see the council, so I am now...
Swarm forces under attack.
It's got stalkers out now as well. I am going to put into roaches at this point.
Queen. Insufficient overlords.
He's doing 2 base plays, which again leaves me afraid of, like, either Blink Stalker or, more likely at this level, Adept Glaives. If it is Adept Glaives, I can...
Creep tumor under attack.
Yeah, it's Glaives.
Drones under attack.
Okay, so
Unacceptable. Swarm forces. Command attack. Unacceptable.
knowing that dude's got Void Rays, we're gonna go into Hydralisks. And I think we saw two Forges as well, did we? We saw a Forge and a lot of Gateways, so I'm still more afraid of Adept play than I am of Voids. I think the Voids are really just for defense. But
Field exhausted. Hive cluster under direct assault.
yeah, I kind of anticipated this.
Under attack. Command. Mineral field.
And now I'm gonna send my Roach Force back because, like, what does he do against that, right? Like, what does he do against a big fucking Roach swell like this?
Enemy assaulting drones.
Like, you have to defend against that, right? Or else I just kill you outright.
More overlords required. Swarm forces under attack.
Yeah, and we just, I think from here, we've done so much economic damage to him that feels like a very done deal. If that makes any sense. Because now I could just send the Hydras. And, like, he has nothing against Hydras. He has nothing to defend against this, really.
Swarm forces under attack.
His only saving graces right now, my Hydras, are super slow.
Spun. Swarm. Insufficient Vespine gas. Mineral field depleted. Mineral cluster expended.
He has no batteries.
Evolution complete. Swarm forces under attack.
Okay, that's a GG. Oh man, I'm like really focusing today, so I'm sorry that my commentary is not even like close to where it should be. But I felt more confident about that game than I have felt about a lot of Protoss games in the past. Yeah, rank is just, I cannot believe how fucked up rank is right now. Like, That's putting me against people who are supposedly bronze, but are like definitely playing above that. Meanwhile, I'm in fucking masters, where my MMR absolutely should have me. Like, what is my MMR right now? I'm so curious. 2800 should be like high plat, I believe. Um, what is it? What's it called? What's the website called? What is the website called? I went on it yesterday. What is the website called? There it is. Ranked FTW. Seraph NA. Yeah, not even. Like something's fucky here because my current MMR, according to the game, is low plat. Like it should be low plat. And this is updated as of yesterday with like 2800 MMR. Um, and if we look even more at the ladder stats here, yeah, something. This whole ladder thing is absolutely like fucked up. Yeah, I should be like plat 3, which so I'm just gonna keep that description up in the title because that's the closest that I feel confident in my abilities. This is not a real master. I will be happy once this is a real master's tag, but it is definitely not right now. I'm feeling good. I'm definitely feeling good having won a couple of games. Um, I lost that mech game, but like I am close to clawing back to a 50-50 win rate. Oh man. I need, I need to stop holding my breath. Uh, I keep catching myself doing that. I keep catching myself like holding my breath while I'm playing, and I'm just like, that's a bad habit. It's like holding your breath during lifting, you know? Pride of Altaris. I have never played on this map. This is another ZVZ. Jeff. ZVZ on a very tall map, but not a very long map. So I am afraid of something aggressive. This is, if I was to play an aggressive Zerg game, I think this is a pretty decent one, although this ramp is extremely small and extremely scary. And I think that's going to work in my advantage here. I think that is going to work in my advantage, that if I can hold even a reasonable defensive line here, this ramp is going to be extremely easy to hold. If my opponent decides to do something aggressive, there's the possibility, of course, that they kill me before I get to like hold it proper, which is a possibility. I still have old habits fucking hammered into me. Putting the goddamn spawning pool behind the mineral line in a location where it blocks is just, it's old. That is hot spraying. I don't see pros doing it anymore, like in at any capacity. And I'm pretty sure that's because it's bad and I shouldn't be doing it. But like, I don't know, it's one of those situations where it's like, um, in Heart of the Swarm, it was very important for your defensive posture, especially against Reapers, that you put the spawning pool in a place where you can like where you could block the Reaper from getting a full runaround, and it's just like ingrained upon me to do stuff like that. So the work comes over here. It actually looks like we're doing about the same opener. Oh, he takes his third very aggressively. He doesn't have a pool. Okay.
Newly birthed queen.
That puts me behind, I think.
Queen birth successful.
Especially considering I didn't actually fucking start my speed when I was supposed to.
Must spawn. Newly birthed queen ready. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
Okay, well this puts me pretty significantly behind, actually.
Swarm forces under attack.
So my opponent not only did something non-aggressive, he played very defensive, in fact, in such a way that actually puts me very behind. If I did anything aggressive, this guy would be extremely dead.
Queen birth successful. Insufficient energy.
So I'm gonna go quick roaches now. And try and just play a good macro game into roaches because I am behind.
Swarm clusters under attack. Assault. Not enough energy. Mineral quantity insufficient. Newly birthed queen. Swarm forces under successful.
Holy shit, he has so many roaches.
Swarm forces under attack. More overlords required.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Swarm forces under attack. Insufficient. Hive cluster under direct assault.
He way outproduced me there. I don't know what to do when, like, I've never seen a Zerg open that greedy. Okay, sure. Sure. I don't know if that was a good play on his part. I don't know. But it sure as shit beat me, so fuck if I know. It beat me. don't know what to do in a situation like that because like I've already committed to going relatively safe, right? Um, and like if I do nothing, I'm just gonna be playing from behind, right? If I go into a third hatch, I'll just be playing from behind still. Oh shit, we're playing against another Zerg player. Um, fucking
More minerals required.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. That's something I'd have to like play out another few times because I don't know what my recourse for that play is. Because if I go into a third hatchery right away, he's ahead, right? He's ahead on hatcheries. He's got more drones. And if I commit to aggression and the aggression fails, I lose as well. So like, and I don't trust myself with aggression yet. I think I don't know. If I opened different, he was a dead man, but uh, preying upon my relative goodwill, I guess, to play a stand-up game. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it. Um, Definitely played out in his favor that time because I was not at all prepared. Dude just way outproduced me.
Not enough minerals. More minerals required.
So that's just another overlord. I'm gonna show up here and he's just... Okay, so he does have a base. It's slightly ahead of mine, actually.
Queen birth successful. Mineral quantity. Newly birthed queen ready. Not enough minerals. More minerals required.
So we're just gonna drone. We're just gonna drone and drone and drone and drone and drone. And go for a normal kind of roach swell into the mid game. Just kind of making sure that our opponent doesn't do anything particularly tricky. Again.
Mineral quantity insufficient.
Shouldn't have started that because I need drones right now more than I need anything else. I might get an extra queen here.
More minerals required. Evolution complete. Insufficient. Not enough energy.
Okay, we've got saturation down here. So we'll take the third.
Newly birthed queen ready. Command unacceptable.
this ramp is basically impossible to block. Okay, so he's making roaches.
Swarm forces under attack. Must spawn more overlords. Hive cluster under direct assault.
This is bad for me.
Evolution complete.
This is quite bad for me.
Hive cluster
I think I lose here. I think, yeah, this is, yeah, that's a loss. Yeah, it's a loss. Yeah, that's a loss. Um, I think my fault there was I should have built up roaches before. I wasn't like thinking ahead. I was just like, all right, I'm saturated. So, because I told myself when I went into today, I was like, today is the economics day. I'm going to focus on my economy and not much else. Um, and I think that was the plan. And the plan fell apart because instead of focusing on uh macro, I should have been like, okay, I'm saturated, build the roach swarm, and then take the third. Taking the third early gave him the go ahead to just attack me, right? And I should have done that the other way around. I should have reversed those actions. Build the roaches for safety, spread out my creep a little bit, and then take the third. So, misplay on my part. Uh, Terran on Prideval Terrace again.
more minerals required. Not enough minerals. Insufficient overlords.
We've faced surprisingly few Terrans, I think, this season. I'm used to Terran being a very big force on the ladder. And I feel like I play mostly Zergs these days.
Mineral quantity insufficient.
Which I'm less than keen about. Zerg is not a matchup that I'm a huge fan of.
More minerals
It's
required.
both the knife fighting nature, and I mentioned this earlier. I feel like I don't learn a lot from losing to Zergs.
Minerals.
There's a little bit of learning involved, but it's just, Terrans are weak. Sure they are, Jan. No, it's not even like a tribalism thing. I think Terrans are fine.
Hive cluster under direct assault.
Alright, so we're getting bunker rushed.
Hive cluster under direct assault. Newly birthed queen ready. More minerals required. Must spawn more overlords.
Very, very cheeky play by our Terran opponent there.
Forces under attack.
Then they build a bunker at their front.
Swarm has evolved. Swarm forces under attack. Command unacceptable. Mineral quantity insufficient. Hive cluster under direct assault. Queen birth successful. Swarm forces under attack. Command unacceptable.
You have to remember to pet my cat after this one.
Hive cluster under direct assault.
Okay, okay.
Newly birthed queen ready. Drones under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
Psh.
Swarm forces under attack. Command unacceptable.
I want to see what he's doing up here. I want to see what he's built up.
Newly birthed queen ready. successful.
Okay, I'm so behind in tech right now.
Mineral field exhausted. Hive cluster swarm forces under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Ah, I'm so fucking bad at this video game! God fucking damn it. The Intelted again. Oh, I had that one in the bag too! Oh! I'm so like jittery and indecisive that I keep throwing games like so hard. Oh man. Oh, that should have been such an easy game. I held the Hellions and I held the Banshees. And if I'd been paying attention, I would have like gone into like roaches or something, and I would have been able to hold that no problem. But I'm just not, and I'm too indecisive and jittery, and I'm not able to like transition out of being defensive. Oh my god. 317. Come on, dude. Show me that you've been like a master for the last like 4 seasons. Dude's been a diamond longer than I've been alive. Like, oh man, I gotta pet my cat. Alright, cat has been pet. There we go. She's so far away that I have to take my headset off to actually reach her, but she was pet. You're just gonna take my word on that. Hope SC2 is going well. It's it's going about as well as I thought it was going to. Still losing at about a 2-to-1 ratio, but I was feeling more confident at the beginning of the stream, and like now I think it's like it's the jitters. Like I'm falling into my own mind trap at this point, you know? Like it's another Zerg player. Zerg's on the ladder. Zerg's fucking just love playing this game. Oh, but Angie, that's real hypocritical. You're a Zerg player too. Don't you contribute to the problem of ZVZ on ladder? Yeah, but like I'm the only valid Zerg, so
Mineral quantity insufficient.
my opinions are valid and yours are not, because I'm the only valid Zerg player.
More overlords required. Must spawn more.
But then again, ZVZ is proving to be one of my better matchups because either I'm playing against people who are cheesing and failing, or like it's one of the few games that I can transition into a mid game on. So, like,
Required.
the very least about ZVZ is there's no fucking 4-player maps in the pool. Because 4-player maps were just like, God, if anything made ZVZ even more of a knife fight, it was 4-player maps. Like, those are the maps that just like, if you scout wrong, the knife fight turns into a massacre, you know? Like, this is, however, a very long map. And so I don't get to scout my opponent for a very long time. They are counter-scouting me, and I'm nervous. I find myself nervous for the implications that they might just come out of the shadow pretty soon here and just absolutely destroy me. Okay, so they've got a base. They're taking a third immediately off the back of this. I think I've responded in kind. I think if my opponent wants to play a macro game, I'll let him, right?
Successful. Newly birthed queen ready. More minerals required. More overlords required. Mineral
There's the possibility that additionally,
not
this scares him into a big swell of lings, which would actually work in our favor, despite my complaints previously about the knife fighting nature of ZVZ. Because I'm not going to make any kind of big attack. He might be, though. Good lord, that's a lot of Zerglings.
command. Swarm forces under attack. Evolution complete. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Insufficient.
I didn't actually get a good scout to see if my opponent was actually droning that last base, which was kind of the objective there.
More minerals required. Must spawn more overlords. exhausted.
We're even gonna put
Be morphed.
Hydras into this army comp. Just gonna require an extra.
Has evolved. More overlords required.
Just gonna make a plume of those.
Must be morphed on creep. Newly birthed queen ready. Need more Vespene gas. Mineral cluster.
Gonna make a couple of Hydras here just to show.
Mineral field depleted. Swarm forces come under attack. Evolution complete.
Alright, that's it. That's the game. I showed the Hydras and I was like, alright, I'm gonna try and stabilize off this fourth and just build a plume, and then he attacked into me with a bunch of banelings that all died against my roaches with +1. And that was it. That was the game. That was the whole game. Oh, he might have had equal upgrades to me at that point, because I was still catching up. Interesting, but yeah, just definitely attacked in. It's like, well, um, yeah, I was plateauing off towards the end there, but I think that was overall a fairly fine game. Oh man, I'm gonna do some stretches real quick. Oh, because I've been playing for like an hour and a half with basically no breaks. It's important to do your ladder stretches. That's one thing that definitely was impressed upon me when I used to play all the time, is especially for like the longer sessions. You just take a break every once in a while and just make sure that you stretch your arms and your fingies, and then you go back into it. I wish they would fix my rank. I really do. I wish that they would fix this because, like, it's not that I'm afraid of going up or anything, because I know I'm not going to. But like, I feel cheated that I'm basically denied the possibility of ever seeing a rank up screen this season. Which is fine. Like that sucks. I like seeing the rank up screen.
More minerals required. Quantity insufficient. Not enough.
But because I'm just never going to rank high, there's a 0% chance that the season I get higher than Masters 3. Like, it's just not possible. The best thing I can hope for is like getting good enough that I genuinely place into like high plat, low diamond next season. And it's not like some kind of Blizzard prank when that happens, you know? And as a result, I'm denied the satisfaction of a nice glossy rank screen, you know?
enough minerals.
We go up to 19 drones. Get the Overlord. No scout yet has me a little kind of like HUD, you know, like what is up with that? I'll just lose the mineral there. That's fine. But it could be just a whole matter of things. There's the scout.
Additional Vespene gas required.
I didn't see the scout on the way out. Stargate.
Newly birthed queen ready.
Which could just mean defensive voids. I'm gonna choose to believe it's defensive voids, and I'm actually not going to make anything until I'm certain of that, right? Like, I'm gonna leave myself totally kind of intact here. I'm gonna continue to drone up my second.
More minerals required. Queen birth successful.
Then we're gonna full scout my guy here.
Mineral quantity insufficient. Insufficient energy. Not enough energy.
And then
Not
send a drone over.
mineral quantity insufficient.
Oh, it's fucking happened again. Okay, so it is a defensive void. Assuming here, making some assumptions. I am gonna throw down
Swarm forces under attack.
a couple of boys.
Must spawn more overlords.
I thought I had enough overlords to deal with that, but apparently not.
More overlords. Hive cluster under direct assault.
So now I need to focus on military. Which I'm going to make a couple extra queens for. Just for defensive style. And then, fuck it, I'm gonna check their third. I'm gonna see if they've taken a third yet. And if they've taken a third, I'm actually gonna skimp on military again. To instead go into a fourth. If they haven't taken a third, then we're gonna make military, which We now see that they have in fact taken their third. I'm now clicking outside of my fucking window. I can't actually fucking see my stream anymore because my thing glitched out, and now I am, in fact, exiled from my own fucking Twitch chat. Which is definitely fun.
Newly birthed queen ready. Mineral sequences spun. Swarm mutated. Swarm forces under attack.
Queuing upgrade's bad, I know, but
Must spawn more overlords.
I have a lot of resources here and, like, nothing to spend them on, so I'm just gonna do that. That's making me really nervous, actually. There we go. Okay, so now I've fixed it. My screen is my own again.
More overlords required.
How many workers do I got? 64? Definitely not enough.
Mineral field depleted. Swarm has evolved. Mutation complete. Queen birth successful. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
Jesus! How many fucking Templar do you have, my dude?
Insufficient Vespine gas. Mineral cluster expended.
Second gas there. Fuck. Should have taken a base a long time ago. Should have taken a base a long time ago. I don't have enough macro to do this.
Creep tumor under attack.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do in this position. We've once again entered the weird territory that I'm just like, I don't know what to do, smiley face. Um,
No, not possible. Supply limit reached.
I just don't really know what to do about my current situation.
Mineral field exhausted. Queen birth successful. Mineral cluster expended.
Hmm.
Mineral swarm forces under attack. Mineral cluster expended. Mineral field exhausted.
Um. Spire? I guess?
Mineral field. No, not possible. Supply limit reached. Newly birthed.
He's got carriers, and like, I don't.
Mineral cluster expended. Vespine. Swarm forces under attack. Enemy assaulting drones. Mineral field exhausted.
I don't know what to do against that. That's just a genuine, fucking random bullshit go moment. I don't know what to do. That player is definitely better than I am. Those storms were too good for like a fucking Bronze League player or whatever it was saying that they were. Against a Terran player.
Not enough minerals.
I'm playing that match over in my head, and I don't. It's again, it's that critical lack of knowledge of like, okay, what slots into beating the Death Ball composition, right? And I just didn't have any answers for it. I didn't have like the definitive like slot into my brain. I'd see like, okay, he's got like a lot of spellcasters and a lot of stalkers or whatever. So like I build X, right? And that critical lack of knowledge just keeps leading me to like losing games. And just has to be something that I continue to like study and play against, you know? Because I don't know what to do against that, you know?
Mineral quantity insufficient. Not enough minerals.
Hope here's this hatchery isn't gonna pop, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, there's a bunker, right? That's what I'm very afraid of once it's just happening. I'm like, oh, whoops, I've played right into a bunker play. Oopsies. Oopsies.
Newly birthed queen ready. Swarm forces under attack. Queen birth successful. Insufficient overlords.
It's my overlord timing because I am bad.
Newly birthed queen ready. Swarm has evolved. Must be morphed on creep.
Get fucked.
Queen birth successful.
Okay, so we're just doing very
Insufficient energy.
normal Zerg things. We're gonna send one of our overlords on a sacrificial path to see what my opponent's doing. We're gonna see refineries going up.
no third taken, which is good, actually. We're gonna see some mech. See if this starport has a tech lab. It's got a reactor. Okay. We're still gonna throw down.
Unacceptable. Command unacceptable. Command unacceptable.
Okay, so what's the play from here? Got 3 bases saturated with 54 workers. It's not bad. Um,
More overlords required. Must spawn more overlords. Must be morphed on creep. Command unacceptable.
I think upgrades are gonna be important.
Morphed on creep. Evolution complete.
And probably
Must be
hydrogen as well.
must be morphed on creep.
Focus on our creep spread a little bit here for a second.
Mineral field depleted.
So a little something coming across here. I just want to check and see what that is. And then also, the thirds aren't taken. So this is definitely a period of time where getting defensive feels like the right play. We might even, in fact, do this backwards.
Insufficient overlords. Enemy assaulting drones. Mineral cluster expended.
Okay, so we're gonna actually siege him a little bit here. I think is the next part of this play.
Swarm forces under attack. Swarm has evolved. Mineral field.
Gonna move this to a more comfortable hotkey.
More overlords required.
Okay, that's pretty cool. We killed the expansion as it was trying to float over. I think we're going to put a little bit more meat in this army in the form of roaches, and then we're going to try and I mean, I imagine, right?
Swarm forces
He's got tanks. Yeah. How many drones I got? 66. It's not really enough.
mineral field exhausted. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. No, not possible. Supply limit reached. Mineral field depleted.
I think we're throw down a Baneling nest actually. We'll go into Lingbane Hydra.
Mineral cluster expended. Mineral field exhausted.
So I think the splash is going to be more important than anything else in this army composition.
Sequences spun.
As it stands, though, I'm just going to engage with what I have here because I've got 2-2 is done.
Under attack.
Wow, it's a lot of tanks.
Mineral field depleted. Swarm forces under attack.
Do I have roller boys? Okay, I do have roller boys for researching.
Mineral field exhausted.
Soon as roller boys finish upgrading, I think that's the part we make a play.
Mineral cluster expended. Swarm has evolved. Mineral field exhausted.
Jesus H. Christ. That is a lot of fucking bio. Fucking, I suck at this game. I suck dick at this game. I'm terrible. I'm really fucking bad at this game. If I was even slightly intelligent, I would have made Banelings like 5 minutes earlier. I had the ability to crush this dude ages ago. Like, just absolutely crush this dude ages ago. Like, that is unbelievably annoying. That if I had just been smart enough to go into Banelings and like roll this advantage right here into a victory, I would have kicked his ass. I would have utterly shattered his ass. But I didn't because I thought for some reason he was going into more of a mech play, and so I built a fucking Roach Hydra, thinking that that was gonna win me the game, and it totally didn't. Totally super duper didn't. Oh man. Oh. I think the most annoying thing about uh, the rank things just being utterly broken this season is I have no real metric for how well I'm doing at a glance. I am just constantly feeling like I'm getting crushed by everybody between bronze and diamond, right? Like, I don't actually have any idea how well I'm doing because I see a bronze marker and I don't trust that. I don't trust that it's someone who's actually in bronze. Could be anybody. Could be anybody. And the ladder just being broken right now is just like like were I a pettier person, I would like call for Blizzard to like completely just like make people replace. Right? Like just have everybody go ahead and replace this season. Just- but fuck, I don't know what Blizzard's doing. Frankly, them being relatively inactive in StarCraft 2's development, it's about the only reason that I keep playing, you know? If Blizzard was still more of an active dev, I would be more apprehensive about playing, given the things that have happened in recent memory, right? Like,
Additional Vespine gas required. Not enough minerals.
that's concerning.
Queen birth successful. Mineral quantity. Swarm forces under attack. Insufficient. More minerals required.
I don't know really what to glean from this information that I've received.
Not enough minerals. Swarm forces under attack. Newly birthed queen ready. Mineral quantity insufficient. Evolution complete.
I'm gonna preempt this.
More minerals required. Mineral quantity insufficient.
I'm gonna preempt something sneaky. And honestly, off the back of this, probably go... Probably go into some kind of, like, Ling bust, because if he's playing super defensively...
Command unacceptable. Command unacceptable. Drones under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
I should have started this Baneling nest fucking ages ago. And I totally didn't. Okay, so he has taken expansion now, but it's not mining at all.
Queen birth.
Oh, man. To keep it family friendly. I could keep family friendly. No, you're fine. That's what it's there for. It's there to be clicked.
Cluster expended. Mineral field depleted. Newly birthed queen ready.
Kind of get the impression this is going to be a short game one way or another, right?
Mineral field depleted.
Okay.
Swarm forces under
Okay, never mind. Never mind. He gets Widow Mines. And the Widow Mines just completely destroyed my day. I don't know what to do from this position. Oh boy, we're in unfamiliar territory again, which means that this game is already lost. It's already lost. Because everybody knows when Angie gets in a weird position that she's not familiar with, she cracks. She utterly cracks and is unable to continue playing the game, such as, like, Widowmine Cheese. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know. I don't have anything to deal with this. Oh, I'm so on tilt. Oh. This is what losing the video game looks like. Right here. This is exactly what it looks like. Because your opponent built a Widow Mine and you didn't move correctly against it, and so you instantly lose. You instantly lose. I've had issues against Widow Mines literally as long as I could remember. It's unbelievably aggravating. And I gotta run to the bathroom because I really just gotta go. And then we'll probably get like 2 more matches in, and then for my own mental health, we're probably gonna call it a day. Because I'm going to continue getting better at this game in like 3 to 4 hour intervals, but like until I start getting better, the tilt is not gonna like help me. Once I'm off centered, once I have like it's not what I wanted to hit. Once like this starts happening, right? Like it starts messing with me, you know, and I can't like think straight anymore. Just absolutely put me down in high gold where I belong. Um, because I can't think straight when I'm tilted. That's the thing, right? Is I start to get off balance and I get frustrated easily, and games like that happen where um the path isn't clear to me, and being mad about it is not helping my position at all. Um, so that's just kind of how it is. I feel more confident in my macro play today. I feel like economically, uh, yeah, don't want to keep doing mistakes. From from my perspective, right? From the perspective I came in today, and I was like, um, I mean, if we look at a couple days ago, right, and we look at some of these losses, this is what I really cared about today. Is I wanted to like, this is maybe a bad example because it's a ZVZ, but like if you look at match histories, right, from a couple days ago, um, I wanted to stop this from happening, right? This is the area that I identified when I was reviewing material today, as I was like cooking lunch, and kind of getting ready for stream, and I was reviewing material. This is what I was looking at. I wanted the macro play to feel better, right? Like that's an area that I identified as a weakness, that I was not performing where I believed I should be performing at, right? And I think despite these losses, right, this is correct, right? I have learned the lessons that I wanted to learn today, if that makes any sense, you know? I identified a very significant weakness of mine, which was I was just getting grinded out. And I think very consistently when I've checked these charts, I've been where the Zerg should be, right? Ahead on resource collection, ahead on workers active. Um, and my problem now, and the next area that I need to start identifying is okay, I've survived to the 7 minute mark. I have a better economy than my opponent. Where do I go from here? That's where the fog is starting to set in now. There's some games, very low econ games, where I've been performing well. I feel like I can look at it and be like, okay, yeah, no, I can identify where I need to go from here based on very simple compositions and generally gameplay that happens before the 10-minute mark, right? And once a game has gone past that 7 to 10-minute mark, is where the fog sets in again. And I'm having difficulty deciding where to go from there. And that is my next area of weakness that I need to focus in upon is continuing to roll my macro advantage that I've been developing for myself into a like true victory, right? Um, and I think that is a good learning pattern to have for a game like StarCraft. StarCraft is very much a game of economies first and armies second, deceptively so. Um, but that is kind of the idea, right? Is that I need to then learn how to transition from that position to the other position, right? And I don't want to sacrifice my mental health for it because when I used to stream in college, when I used to play in college, I would, right? I would be like, I'm going to play for exactly 3 hours today. And even if I was having a really bad night and I was losing a lot of games, I would keep playing and continue to get more and more mad. And I feel better about myself now than I did back then, right? Which is important. I think it is an important thing that I've learned within the last, oh dear God, 7 years. um, so that is kind of where my brain's at right about now. Also, it's been 10 minutes since the no cursing redeemed, so I'm just gonna say, God, fuck, I just want to end on a win today. Fuck, you know. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back in like a couple minutes. I'm not even gonna go to the BRB screen, so I'll be right back, and then we'll play another couple more games, and probably I'll just go get dinner after that. So, be right back. I really appreciate the commitment to the bits. It's more so just that like that was when I was looking for other things to do with my channel points because for a long time the only thing you could do was like stretch check or like posture check or whatever, and like sip up, and so like a lot of people who frequented my channel when I was kind of semi-active had just like 40,000 points, and nothing to spend them on. So that's when I added, like the no swearing because that's a genuine challenge for me. I'm so used to not exactly being vulgar, right? But being very casual about my language that it was a problem for me in my old job when I worked for a school district. It's something I had to be very policey about on the clock. Because if I said the fuck word even once on the job, that was my job. Like that was it. That was my job done. Um, so that's that. Patting the cat is just kind of a fun one. Bastila tends to sleep not too far from me while I stream, and so that's a very easy like pat the cat. All right, and then I just turn around, I pet the cat or whatever. Um, my favorite one, the one that I'm waiting to get redeemed, is the time me out one. I'm very, very happy with that one. The true nuclear button of I have I have too many channel points. Please just relieve me from my channel point like bloat. I'm like, all right, what is the best way to do that? Oh, just time them out for 1 minute for 50,000 points. I didn't survive at my job either. Not because of the swearing thing, because of the coronavirus thing. Um, I ended up leaving that job uh, because it's an insult one. That's not a bad idea, actually. Um, very on brand for me. I ended up leaving that job because the teacher shortage was getting so bad where I live that it became part of the duties of like people who worked in my field, which I worked in tech support, right? It became an expected duty of your position to substitute teach, and I was like, no, no, it's not. You know, it's no, no, I'm not going to do that. Actually, we got a pair of zealots moving out onto the fields. I'm going to choose to read that as a not very aggressive play.
Queen birth successful.
Like I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a teacher, you know? And asking me with my pitiful college education, to substitute teach was just not gonna happen. Oh wow, this is aggressive. This is aggressive, actually.
Queen birth successful. Evolution complete. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Newly birthed queen ready.
Someone is asking for trouble. Yeah, it was a weird situation to be honest. Like I'm not a teacher, and I think that was the
Must spawn.
that's kind of just the end all be all. Is like I'm not a teacher. I don't get paid to deal with kids. Um, Working in education is purely just a coincidence thing for me, right?
Unacceptable.
Um,
Must be morphed on creep.
it was not something that I went into on purpose. It was just that's where the job was. Um, I don't have an affinity for kids. Don't take that out of context. Um, I don't have much love for kids beyond just like the normal human amount of being like, oh yeah, kids are fine, you know. Um,
Command unacceptable. Insufficient overlords.
Probably way too many overlords, but you know what? What's the worst that can happen, you know?
More overlords required. Hive cluster. Mineral cluster expanded. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm has evolved. Queen birth successful. Mutation complete. Mineral field depleted. Hive cluster under direct assault.
I'm gonna wait until the battery overcharge is done. Oh, well.
Mineral field exhausted. Mineral field depleted.
Okay, that's fine.
Swarm insufficient under attacks.
Uh, I'm running into the low league thing of like, someone says GG, which in common parlance means that the game is over, right?
Sequences spun. Swarm forces under attack.
But sometimes, like, people just don't GG out. They GG and they continue trying to play. And I'm like, I don't I don't mean to like diss you, dude, but I think winning from your position is going to be kind of tricky.
Must spawn more overlords.
I have like a huge income advantage, and
Mineral cluster expended.
basically I could just like pretty soon here just push him again and win. Like
Mineral field. Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces enemy under assaulting drones. Evolution complete. Hive cluster swarm forces under attack.
I don't think he could kill my buildings before I kill his. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I. He tried to come back there with that weird air toss play, which possibly could have like actually ended up being a bit of a problem. Um, like he had a non inconsiderable amount of units here, and then was kind of forced to recall them. And I had way too much. I had way too much. He had to kill like 4 bases worth of buildings, and I didn't. So that's pretty straightforward. Just like mopping the force hospital, and they ask you to start doing surgery. You both use a stick with a specialized tool at the end. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, like I didn't. If I was going to continue doing that, right? I wouldn't have to make lessons plans or like actually be a teacher. I would have had to be like the substitute teacher in the extent of like you sit in front of the class and you put the PowerPoint up, uh, and like you just hand out the assignments or whatever. But like respectfully, I was getting paid like 18.50 an hour for my labor, and like, dude, if you want me to both, that's the other thing is it wouldn't excuse me from my normal work of doing tech support for like 3 middle schools and an elementary school. Like that was my zone, right? We're talking like 1,000 users roughly that fell under my domain that I had to do in-person tech repair for. And so like you want me to sub teach and also do that, and also all of the students at those campuses who did take home learning, if their Chromebooks broke or whatever, their Chromebooks or the laptops or whatever the school issued them to do at home learning did, if their stuff breaks, you have to fix that too. And I'm like, either you're going to start paying me double or I'm out. So I left. So I left and I bumped up the plans I had. Well, the plan was I was going to bump up my plans to move over the summer, and then things kind of fell apart because things weren't in place to move up to New York, where I'll be moving in with a friend in like a month or so, and like just pick up my life from that point because oh man, living in Texas while queer as fuck is getting more dangerous by the day. And I don't want to live here anymore. Even if I do live in like a relatively liberal area, I'd rather just live somewhere else, you know? So that all kind of compounded into itself. That went with me going, y'all could fuck yourself, and leaving back in like November, and then pulling out of my retirement fund and just living off that money for the last 6 months. By the way, did you know if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime? And boy, howdy, would I appreciate those couple of Bezos dollars to help me fill a couple of patches until I move. Um, Yeah, once you're done with surgery, gotta mop the floor too. Yeah, and no, we won't pay you overtime for that. That's just kind of how it felt. Um, we'll get one more game in, and then I think I'll be done for the day. Yeah, if you have Twitch Prime, boy, would I appreciate that. I currently don't have anything to provide for Twitch subs. If you are on my Discord server, which is also below, um, I have, I've got like a what's it called? It? I got the special role for you, and that's about all I've set up. Emotes are in the works. I got 5 of them being commissioned up, and they're kind of in the process right now. But I think more than that, you would have my grateful appreciation because ideally, I fucking love streaming. I absolutely love streaming, and I love being kind of a community person. Um, and if I could like turn this into even a part-time gig, like that would be a dream. I'm playing Zerg, I think, right? I don't actually know. Hmm. It wouldn't be fair to pay the janitor surgeon's wage. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's things are fucky. 2HF, buddy. You too. I think I could just type in chat and be like, "Hey, I missed what race you're playing. What are you going as?" You think that would get a positive response? I think I'm playing against Zerg.
More minerals required. Not enough minerals. Mineral quantity insufficient. More minerals required.
Dog, dog. I don't. What is that dog? I don't. I know it's just a critter, but it's a weird looking critter. Critters are usually. Oh, those are Zerglings. Oh man, those are Zerglings. I caught a glimpse of Lings. Um. Oh, that was a drone. Never mind. Glad I decided not. I was considering, uh, like stopping the fucking what's it calls it the second base here and preparing for like some kind of ling all in, and I'm glad I didn't because it ended up not being much of a fuss.
Newly birthed queen ready. Queen birth successful.
So we're just gonna play a safe game. And by safe game I mean we're gonna miss our overlord typing again. Gonna make an extra one just because I can. Love to build spine crawlers on the other Zerg. And we're talking like on their creep. That would be fun. If I was more confident in my skills, I would put that on like the wheel. That would actually be a really fun point redeem actually. Uh, is put up like strat roulette, and for a redeem I have to like spin the wheel and do whatever strat comes up. That would be a lot of fun actually.
Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack. Birth success. Insufficient energy.
People donate. People could donate to have their strats put on the wheel, and it just takes points to spin the wheel. I think it's a fair compromise.
Insufficient overlords.
Oh boy.
Not enough energy. Swarm forces not under attack.
You're going to absolutely harass that base that they just took.
Newly birthed queen ready. Mineral field depleted. Queen birth successful. Mutation complete. Must spawn more overlords.
And I've got 1-1 finished, so my roaches can now fight a little bit more aggressively. So we're gonna do that. Okay, we are not going to do that because apparently 1-1 doesn't make as much of a difference as I thought it did.
Evolution complete. Swarm forces under attack. Mineral quantity insufficient. Mineral field exhausted. Newly birthed queen ready. Swarm forces under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man.
Swarm forces under attack. Swarm forces under attack.
About to have 2-2.
Hive
Oh man, at least that wasn't a knife fight of a Zerg play, but it was still a lot. Okay, please demote Blizzard. Please demote me. Blizzard, please demote me. Blizzard, Blizzard, please. Blizzard, please. These are 2v2s. Current bronze. I don't know. I understand how this guy could put in bronze. Like, dude was pretty much as good as me, if not better, on every single level. He gets put in bronze. I get put in master despite having an MMR of like low plat. So that's how it works, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll actually go for like the full 4 hours like I've been planning to. But like, just I need a little bit of time away from the game again. I've spent plenty of time losing today. I'm just kind of tired. So we'll be back around 3 tomorrow, and hopefully run until about the same time. Uh, you can join my Discord if you haven't already. I sometimes post updates there. Usually posted on my Twitter, which is also located below. Anything else I need to like talk about? That's kind of about it. Thank you all for coming. Of course, I am always happy to see people here, and I hope to see more of y'all. But until then, bye 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 bye.